So today I'm going to be reviewing some of my latest foundation tries and what brushes I like using them with. The first one is the Revlon Custom Creations. It does not have color in the name, even though I would love to say it does. It doesn't. This is the one that you spin on the wheel to get the color you want, so it will match your skin tone. And if you're someone like me, who, if you remember, I was NC40 in the summer. Right now I'm NW15. Don't know how that happened, but this is perfect for someone like me, who your skin, you wake up and it's a different color than the day before. I like this. I liked it best using the 190 brush, and that's just my personal opinion. You can use any foundation brush you want. It definitely works well with the 188 brush, but that was not my favorite. It is very liquidy, and you do not need a lot. I never found myself using an entire pump of this, ever. I would use like half of it. So it squirts a whole lot out. I got the light medium, and it worked really well, but I do find by the end of the day, your skin has definitely, your makeup has definitely worn off. It does not stay on very long, and that kind of made me mad, because by the end of the day, I would either have to touch it up in the middle of the day, or by the end of the day, it just didn't look very good. Then y'all saw that I got MAC Studio Fix Fluid for the first time, and I got that in NC, where am I? And I got that in NC25. Well, when I put that on, it was awful. It oxidized so orange on my skin, and it was just, ew, I did not like it at all. I used it one time. I got a zit up here and over here, and they're still there, and I blame Studio Fix Fluid for that, just because I hadn't tried anything new, and I have to blame something for my zits. So that's what I blame. So I took it back. I did not like it. I told them I don't like the color. I don't like the formulation. I'm just going to stick with my Clinique. And they said, well, let me show you this. And they took me to Studio Sculpt, which I have heard a lot of good things about. But I was kind of skeptical to try it for myself. Well, she told me, well, first off, you're not an NC, you're an NW. What? In all the years that I have been wearing MAC, anything skin-wise I get matched to is an NC, except for concealers, because you always get an NW for those. But I was like, no, that's not right. I'm 15. They were like, I think you are. And then I looked in the mirror. I've definitely gotten pale. That's not a bad thing, no, but I'm not used to it. So, yeah, I am in love with this. It is my new favorite item ever, and I love it with the concealer that goes with it. I got NW15 in that too, but the concealer is a lot lighter than the foundation. On right now, in just a second, I'm going to show you how I did it. And yes, I really like what it does for my skin, the way it makes it look. So gorgeous, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I'll show you guys how I did it, and this is just kind of a quick update saying I did not like Studio Fix Fluid. No. I have come to find that I do not need to use as much product on my face as I do, so now I'm down to just a couple of things. I definitely recommend you getting Studio Sculpt, but if you're on a little bit of the budget, the Revlon Custom Creations is a fine thing for you. The only thing is it does wear off pretty fast. Like, middle of the day, it's completely off. End of the day, you have no makeup left. So, yeah, other than that, it's great. And I know this video is extremely long. I'm sorry, you know, that's what happens. So, okay. So I already put on my lotion. I use Clinique Moisturizing Gel, and I let that sit for about 8 minutes. And then I put on Studio Gear Face Primer. I have a review on this, and I'm absolutely loving it. Oh gosh, where'd it go? There comes some. So I just use one pump. It's about this much, and I mainly focus on my nose because that's where I have the biggest pores, everything. And I do not by any means have perfect skin. Okay. Some there. Some there. Just lather your whole face up. And that, by the time I'm finished, it's already basically dry. Like, but it's so smooth. I love it. I like this better than MAC Prep and Prime Skin because I have very oily skin, and this is for oily skin, whereas MAC Prep and Prime is more for dry skin. However, MAC has one just like this called Matte, M-A-T-T-E, and that's what I'm gonna get when I run out of this. It's basically the same stuff. It's just made for oily skin, which is what I have. Then I take my Studio Sculpt SPF 15 in NW15. I know, don't laugh at me, whatever. I'm pale. Squirt it onto my hand about, oh gosh. Go back in the little tubey. Hold on. Suck it back up. Okay, well I got quite a bit, but it'll be okay. I've tried the 190, the 188, and the 129 for it, and the 188 is my favorite. So there's a little polka dot. Just gonna stipple a little bit in there and stipple it kind of around my hand. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna start close to my nose on my cheek, go all the way around. Now down the nose. And right now, I am just stippling it on. Very, very lightly. I'm not pressing hard. It's so close to my skin color that y'all can't even see much. Oh yeah, there you can. On my forehead. See right there? You can see it. Okay. Now I'm going to take it and blend out what I just put on using circular motions. Just airbrushed look, and I dust over my eyelids just to kind of make sure the color's all even, and don't neglect your neck. Okay, I still have a lot left on my hand. You seriously need a pea-sized dot. Pea-sized dot, like a little pea, a green one. Not that big, not that big. Oh my gosh, I knew something was getting in my way. I always hold my hair back with something. If I had a twisty tie thingy on my wrist, I would put it back. Next, I take the Studio Sculpt Concealer. This is an NW15 also. Comes in a little pot, kind of like a paint pot. And I take the 195 brush that came out with this collection that looks like this. I've already used it, as you can tell. And so I'm just going to take that in this pot and just get a little bit on there. And this brush is perfect for getting under your eyes, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of that and put it under the other eye. Just kind of blending it outward so that there are no harsh lines, because we don't want harsh lines. Then I'm going to take that and put it on the sides of my nose, since I have some blotchiness right there, some red, purple, nasty stuff, and blend it outward. Then with one more swipe, I'm just going to cover where I feel I have blemishes. Now you might not be able to see them on camera, but where I'm covering up, I have reason to. So I have one up here, one right here, and a big one right there. I look so pale on camera. I mean, I know I am like NW15, but it looks a lot paler here, and it kind of scares me. Next, I just take cornsilk translucent powder. It's just setting powder. And I apply that all over my face using a 134 brush, just to set the foundation. Okay, that's all done. Now just using this same brush, I'm going to take a little bit of Hoola bronzer and just kind of dust that over. Just because I am so very pale. I use kind of a fast, light stroke with that. That's my new foundation routine. The best by far. I like this so much better than Clinique, so much better than MAC, so much, wait, it is MAC, isn't it? So much better than MAC Studio Fix, so much better than Revlon, so much better than Dream Matte Mousse. Everything I have tried. It is definitely worth the investment, but when you go, make sure you are matched with color. You might think you know your color. You probably don't, because I would never have put myself in an NW, because I've always been NC, always, always, always. And this really works for me. As you can tell, I don't have any sort of line. Well, I do right there, but that's just from the shadow. There's not a discoloration from my face to my neck. And yeah, so I hope you liked it. If you have Studio Sculpt, then tell me what you think about it down there in the comments.